balling out of control. I don't care that Cam sought some sort of payment from Auburn or whatever. That's all irrelevant. They've created a corrupt system. Cam and his father are trying to manipulate that system to their financial gear. And so went from huge Cam at Auburn, risked my relationship with Superior. Hey, this isn't right. And then Cam Rear in the NFL. John Elway is my favorite. Any player that reminds me of John Elway, I wagon immediately. That goes from Cam Newton to Colin. Early in his career, I'm a huge Cam Newton supporter in the NFL. He reminds me of John Elway. I think this guy has to go on to be, because I consider John Elway the greatest quarterback to ever play. I'm like, Cam could surpass him. Then, in my view, made a pivot to where to be a bit more of a cultural icon and stake. I think that when you're a franchise, there's a clean-cut way that they want you to present yourself. I think that young men have spent way too much time worrying about their fashion statements, any of that. I think it's all a waste of energy. I think that it's taken their eye off the ball as it relates to their career about other things. And so I started becoming critical. Hey, man, all this dressing up with the hairstyle, bonnet, with all this, like, man, you got to lead a football locker room. You can do it presenting yourself in that way. And I became critical of Cam because I thought he's doing things, what I think could be an all-time great NFL career. I look at Cam now in the media space. I see a team around him that's putting him in position to shine. If he tones it down, allows people to focus on what's actually coming out of rather than how he presents himself, I think have even more impact in the media space. But I've been very celebratory of a lot of Cam's content and a lot of what you guys, how you present Cam. But I just think, I think Cam's doing too much. And a little less, he will actually do more. And I just see a lot of young black men that are way too concerned with fashion because we come from culture. Anytime this many women are leading this, and we got this worship of women deal, our culture is too feminized. And I would prefer for Cam to, and in opposition to that, I think all black men in addition to that. And so, you know, overall, I see Cam as this great potential as a media force, but I see doing things that are undermining his ability to enter the way that he could.
So let me ask you this, Jason. I just want to better understand and then know my intent to attack. I think we can learn from each other, get conversation. Can you give me from what you can remember when that shift, when it goes from focusing on football, whether it was at Auburn and the NFL to the latter part to now to shift to a cultural icon. Could you really give me a say if you were to know just to back that merit point here?
To the best of my ability, first clue, which I ignored, was I think Peter King, the NFL writer, got in some controversy, making a big deal about you saying you wanted to be a cultural icon along those lines. I ignored that. And I think the first 5 years you're in the NFL, my memory, very clean cut Cam Newton. I think I think I researched this at one point too, but when Jerry Richardson either passed away, moved, that he was kind of your mentor with the kids. Once that went away, I think that's when the hair and the dressing up went to the next level.